Hey everybody, this is Christa with the Big Family Homestead, and today I have got a recipe you're gonna wanna have in your recipe book, in your recipe cards, your binder, wherever you keep your favorite recipes, because this one you're not gonna get pretty soon. Yes, that's right, folks. This recipe is going away, and the reason for it is because this is the cheddar biscuit recipe from Red Lobster. Red Lobster has just declared bankruptcy, and they are going to be closing lots and lots of their locations soon, which is sad because the restaurant's not half bad. It's pretty good. But everybody loves their cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster, right? So here is the recipe. It's a copycat recipe from, excuse me, from that restaurant. So here we go. This is gonna be super quick and super easy. Okay, so for our ingredients, we have 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. We've got granulated here. And then a half a teaspoon of salt. Then we want a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. That is optional, but you know what? A little heat never goes wrong in some recipes. Then we need a cup of buttermilk. This buttermilk is homemade buttermilk from this butter right here, and we need a half a cup of that. And then we need a 1.5 cups of sharp cheddar cheese that I just shredded. You want the unshredded kind from the store because the shredded kind has all kinds of nasty, wasty stuff in it that prevents it from melting properly. Then we also need a tad more garlic there, about a half a teaspoon, 3 more tablespoons of melted butter, and about a tablespoon of parsley. So you saw our list of ingredients. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and mix this up super, super quick. We've got 2 cups of flour, and then we will put into that our dry ingredients, our spices and things like that. We're gonna put in 1 tablespoon of sugar, and then we want 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And now I usually make my own, and I put it back in this container. And if you want, my container's empty, I gotta make some more. If you wanna make your own baking powder, it is 2 teaspoons of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of, it's 2 teaspoons of glitching. It's 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. To make your own, it makes it super fresh and super delicious. So we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of baking powder that I made here. And then we're gonna go ahead to that. We're gonna add some garlic. I like garlic. And I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic. Yummy, yummy. And now to that also, then we're going to add our cayenne pepper. Now, if you want it spicier, by all means add more spice. We're gonna add 1/4 teaspoon. I've got a half a teaspoon here. I'm gonna just add half of that. Not everyone in the family likes spicy, so you have to tenor it for everyone there. So now we need salt. And I forgot my salt, half a teaspoon of salt. Couldn't remember where it was at. And then we're gonna go ahead and mix this up. I'm gonna get my butter melted here in the microwave real quick. This is homemade butter. You can melt it on the cooktop, but the only reason to have a microwave is to just go ahead and melt your butter. It's super fast, right? So here we go. All right, so we got our butter melted. Before we put that in here, we're gonna just go ahead and mix up the dry ingredients before we add anything else. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our cheddar cheese in. We're just gonna drop that right in there. It's about a cup and a half. It might be 2, but that's okay. Just gonna go ahead and mix this up just to get those dry ingredients and the cheese incorporated really nicely. Now we have buttermilk that I made from scratch when I made this butter. Well, this butter, as you can see here. This is real buttermilk, not the stuff you buy from the store. You can use that buttermilk. I just happen to have real buttermilk. Buttermilk is what is left after the cream that you have made into butter turns into butter, that's what's left. So we're gonna keep that, and we use it for pancakes, biscuits, everything you can think of. So we need 1 cup of that. We'll go ahead and pour that in. And then we need our 1/2 cup of butter. Now this is a drop biscuit. And so this is just mix it and then plop it into your pan. We will put this in a glass pan that we grease. And this is how quick and easy this is. And it is so delicious. All right, so now that is all incorporated, we're gonna go ahead and get our pan, get that greased, and then we're gonna go ahead and drop this in. This recipe makes about 10 biscuits, depending on how big you would like them. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and grease our pan, and yeah, I'm using the cheater spray. That's okay. Doesn't take much time. Now, I've got one of these. We use this for, we don't even use this for ice cream. It's an ice cream scoop. We use it for cookie dough. We use it for biscuits because we want a generalized same size biscuit so that they cook at the same time. You don't want one that's massive like this and then one teeny tiny, because the teeny tiny one will be burned before the big one is completely cooked. So this is what we use for this. So we're just gonna go ahead and drop 1 scoop in the pan like so, and then we will add another scoop to, actually, you know what? No, I'm just gonna make a ton of these little tiny ones because then they'll be done faster. So, and if they encroach on each other, so what? So what? Makes it all the better, right? Yeah, that's the nice thing about like these drop kind of biscuits. They don't have to be perfect, but they do have to be delicious. So, bread baking has been a wonderful journey, learning new things. I learn things new every year. And this pan is not big enough. Well, I will just have to make room. Look at that. Man, okay, we're gonna have to make another row in here. Back to the bread baking. It has been a fantastic journey. And I'm sure most of you have been on that said journey. You know what? This pan is too small. I need a bigger pan. I'm gonna put these into another pan. All right, we have our bigger pan. We're gonna go with monster size. Actually, this is just a 9x13 pan. I'm gonna spray this one, and then I'll just transfer these with my fingers are clean, over to the new pan. I honestly thought that this little pan was going to be plenty big. Boy, I was wrong. Shoot, I may have to use both pans. Well, this one's already greased now, isn't it? Yep. Well, that's okay. That's fine and dandy. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just put this as a dozen in this pan. That way they're gonna get some nice crispy edges on them. And then we'll put the rest in here. Set this one off to the side. See, when you do things on the fly, nothing's perfect, but it's delicious. Look at that. Let's make lots of little biscuits. Now they won't cook nearly as long as bigger biscuits, but then you have more. Say if you're making these for a party, then you have more for everybody to get a bite. Goodness gracious. This pan is full too. All right, well, we're gonna make this work, and then we're gonna put these in. Sorry, I figured it would probably be pretty boring for you guys to watch me figure out how this is gonna fit in the pan. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these into the pan, and we're going to bake these for about 10 minutes, probably 8 to 10 minutes at 450 degrees. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put these in the oven. It made quite a few. So if you use a big cookie sheet, then you can get them all on one cookie sheet. So we're gonna put this in the oven for 8 minutes to start. We'll check them back. But while we're waiting for those to bake, I'm going to show you the topping that goes on these biscuits. And then you bake them for a little bit longer. So we've got 3 tablespoons of melted butter. I may need more just because there's a lot of biscuits in there. So, but we'll see. Then to this, we're gonna add, I know earlier in the ingredients, I said a tablespoon, but that was for fresh herbs. So I'm gonna actually only add half a tablespoon because these are dried herbs. We don't want it to be too much parsley. And then we need just a hair of garlic. And we need a half a teaspoon, not a hair of garlic, a half a teaspoon of garlic. And then we'll just get a spoon and mix this up. And then we'll use this as a, it's the topping that you put on the biscuits, and then you put them back in the oven for just a minute or two. And it just adds so much flavor, so much more flavor than's already in those biscuits. So there we go. And we'll just apply this to the top of the biscuits with a silicone pastry brush. It's ready. No, it's not. Look, they need to be a little bit more brown. So we're gonna put these back in for another 2 minutes. All right, here they are. Don't those look good? Now we're gonna go ahead and put our butter, parsley, and garlic on here. I gotta be careful because the pan is hot and sometimes I forget. So just gonna dip it in the bowl here and just dab it on top. The butter has kind of hardened a little bit, which makes it great, and then it just melts right into that biscuit. Look at that. These are so easy to do, super delicious, no chemicals other than, not even other than, there's no chemicals in here. Everything that I put in here was from our kitchen, from our cow, or from the store, but it was not, it's single ingredients. That's what I love about making stuff like this from scratch. Honestly, I think it tastes better too. All right, look at that. Oh, that looks so good. I'm gonna put my hot pads on, otherwise I'm gonna burn myself. Look at that. Don't those look delicious? Kids are gonna eat these up. Brad is gonna eat these up. These aren't gonna last long. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. It truly helps our family out. You know what I didn't do? I'm gonna try one of these right on camera. Not try it, I'm gonna eat it because dang, these are good. All right, so let me just grab one of these here because they just came out of the oven. They're really hot. Ooh. So good. You can see all the cheese that's in there. Oh. Huh. No, Brutus, you can't have any. Brutus is our dog, and anytime I'm making something, he's always begging. So, there. Delicious. If you want to use wheat flour, go for it. Try it. I've not done it with that. I always use white flour for these. Makes it a little bit fluffier. But I would try wheat flour. I plan on trying wheat flour soon. I've been grinding my own and making wheat bread, and it's turning out really, really well. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. It truly helps our family out. I'm Christa with the Big Family Homestead, and you have a blessed and amazing day.